Eu sou Sugie Maui, start tocando heavy metal machines, and that's where probably my Portuguese ends. And so we will be playing the heavy metal machines, which is a MOBA game that is very interesting, and it's created by Brazilians. And I think the current term is open beta or a launch. I'm not sure which one, but everybody is able to play from the link down below. Just register for the game. Most of the sounds in the game are still in Portuguese, but you have an option to change the language to English though, and it's not 100% translated yet. I think there's a few parts that are still in Portuguese, but it's pretty like you can understand if you understand English. And let's talk about the game. It's very interesting. So it's a MOBA but with a cars, okay? And it's very using a similar style that League of Legends and other MOBAs do. So you pick the car, and each car has their driver, and they're really characteristic. You have this little girl with a gas mask on driving a monster truck. Then you have this ice truck and like ice cream truck, and all of these like different type of cars. I think there's around 9 or 11 at the moment. I think they're gonna add more as the time goes by. Each of them have their own abilities. You have one ability, it was just shooting, and of course some are more tankier cars and some are not, and different damages and different speeds and all that. Of course you have the other options to customize your car. You're able to choose different parts to it, such as these are visual. I'm not really 100% sure will they add a bonus or power, but you're able to choose some of these cosmetic parts which make them look cool at least. And you're able to pick a sponsor, and sponsors, there are like 6 sponsors at the moment, and sponsors give you an extra ability. And these are very comparable to summoner spells in League of Legends. So you kind of have something like, I think there was like a ward thing. And there's a couple of others that I didn't try out yet, but that's one of the customizations. Then you're able to choose a loadout, which enables you to boost your abilities, your right click and left click, and the sponsor ability. So you get more either damage or cooldown reduction or anything like that. And these loadouts are something that you will use the in-game gold to buy at the start, so you can increase damage on the left click and all that. The map is very similar to 3D MOBAs. I mean, not 3D MOBAs, original MOBAs, so 3-lane MOBAs. So you have 3 lanes, one on the middle, one on the side, and one on the bottom. And of course there's the difference between there's 2 like heights in, so you're able to jump on these like bounce boards which kind of throw you up to a cliff, and from the cliff you can, from these ramps you're able to go down, so there's a bit of a mobility aspect. And the gameplay style is very similar, so you push out the lanes, destroy the turrets, and go back to base and destroy it, and you will win the game. Of course there's differences because you have these like neutral bases. I'm not sure, the way I understood it from playing, they're kind of like something you can capture, and they're like third-party objectives, kind of like dragons and barons kind of thing. Then you have of course you have like the recall, so a helicopter pretty much picks you up and brings you back to base if you're low health. You're actually able to buy items from anywhere inside the game, so you're upgrading your attacks. Let's talk about a bit of the actual gameplay, and controls. The controls are kinda, I think this is one of the biggest like minus for me in this game. I really like the style of the game, but the control was kind of like going to left side or right side did take some practice. The drifting is really cool thing to do, a cool aspect, but it takes some time to master. I'm not sure was this a lag or delay because I don't know where the servers are. They're probably in Brazil, but in a normal server it's probably much more smoother response, so I can't really comment too much on that. And then we have, of course, I felt the game was a bit too slow tempo. I felt like in early game the cars didn't do much damage to each other, and some of the lane creeps or the robots, whatever they are a bit too strong early, in my opinion. This is just my take on it. I didn't play too much of the game yet, but I really like the graphics. I like the style. There's a lot of meta references. One of the sponsors has like these Megadeth songs, but they're just changed a few couple of letters, and it's pretty cool. There's good metal tracks. I'm always been a fan of metal, and there's pretty good soundtrack. If you're into metal, you will like this. Well, it's not too metal. I think it's more like hard rock / metal, but there's good solid metal tracks on the game as well, and that's where the heavy metal machines pretty much stand for. The game is still in open beta, or you can opt for registration, so you definitely should try it out. I think it's a very interesting game. It's very refreshing for someone playing something different. I think it's more mobile because the cars are pretty fast, so you don't have boots or anything to buy. And, you know, it's a cool game. Check it out. See you guys later on the next video. Thanks.